guys, it's Jeffrey Smith from SEO Design Solutions. Today, I'm going to show you how to create those really cool teaser boxes or media boxes that include either icons, text, subtext, or images. And there's a couple different ways we can do it. So let's get started. First, I'm going to go ahead and go to a new page, click the SDF Builder. From here, I'm just going to add a hero section or two and use a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 layout in my column widths. From there, I just hit the plus sign. I'm going to go ahead and add an image. The way I do that is click the upload button, go to my media library, and let's just say that I'm going to grab 3 different images in succession here just to get things started. So give me 1 second. And let me grab one more. Now after that, we've got the 3 images, and there's a number of ways you can do this. You see that by clicking the plus sign again to add another module, you have the option to do a couple of things. I can actually use a text block, and I'm going to go ahead and grab some lipsum text right here, just to have something to show. Paste it in, click update, and since we're just going to keep it simple, here's another feature you can use. You can just clone the module and drag it to other areas as well. So now I've got my text, I have my images, but now I need to add a title. So what I'd like to do is go ahead and just add another module, click the headline module, add a title. I can give it a top or bottom margin if I'd like. In this case, I'll just pull an H1 tag from here. I can even change the font family. Basically, under each module, you're going to have a number of options, but let's just keep this simple. From here, you see I can drag the different modules within a column. So at this point, I can go ahead and clone this and create a couple different sections as well. And that's one way to do that. So I'm just going to go save my changes and publish. And that's one way to do that. And for another way I'm going to show you, we're going to go ahead and use a page that already exists, and we've already created the teaser box module inside the drag and drop builder. So basically, if you were going to create this from scratch, you could just add a hero section, for example, use the 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 layout, and then at this point, you hit the plus sign, and then from here, you'd actually use the teaser box module, and that would allow you to go inside. So I already have one filled out, so we're just going to go ahead and use that. Once you have created something, you can actually edit it by just clicking the pencil icon. So you'll see once you get inside the teaser box, you have the option of placing text in the editor. You can do that. You can also use top and bottom margins, and in which case this is for the text it's referring to, so you can actually choose the alignment for the text. You see that at this point I have not added an entrance animation, and since I haven't used an entrance animation, there's no reason to actually create the time for the entrance animation. But you can see now what we have is the teaser box title in the title section. You have the option to choose the H1, actually a paragraph tag, or H1 through H6 as the heading option for this particular title. You also have the ability to create the title position. Right now we have it above text. The title link, at this point I've just used a # just so that we can create the hyperlink effect. You have the option to determine what target you want, if the link is no follow or not. You also have the option inside the teaser box to create a subtitle underneath the title, as well as the option to utilize an icon. Now we've pulled these from Font Awesome icons, which are included, so we have already basically provided those for you, and all you have to do is just use it from the drop down here, go through, pick the one that you'd like, and you also have the option of choosing the size of the icon. Right now you have default 1.3, which is large, 2 times the original size, 3 times, up to 5x, or 5 times the size of the icon from the default. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at 3x. We have in another previous module we've discussed what the button styles are and how we've included the Twitter Bootstrap buttons and how you can determine what hover states and the colors that are, where those are pulling from. So without going into that, basically you have the primary button, secondary, white, gray, black, default, success, info, warning, danger button, and link button options for how this teaser box is going to render. And so we're just going to go ahead and leave that with the black button for now. The button position is left of title. So if you wanted to add a border radius to this, you could actually add, for example, 6 on a scale of 0 to 10. 6 would be rounded rectangles. 10 would be completely square. So this is one way that you can determine if you would like to have radius. If you want to have button padding, which is the padding on the left or right, you could actually determine the button width. If you wanted to have pixels, say that I wanted to make the button 75 pixels wide by 25 pixels high, you could do that here. And then you also have the ability to add a teaser image. And inside of the image, you can determine there's some different image masks that we have available. For example, you have large size, square, rectangle, circle, if you wanted to have a circle mask around the image. So we have a number of these here. So in which case, I'm just going to go ahead and use the image with large size. And then I've got the image position at the top. So you see that I have these three here. Let's just go ahead and see how it renders on the front end. So I'm going to just click Update on my changes, view the front end, and take a look at what we've got. So you can see there's my image, there's my teaser box title, my text or my subtext area, my icon, which I've positioned on the left. I have my text that I've placed in the WYSIWYG editor here, and there's the image. If you wanted to change the positions of any of these elements, such as the icon, the actual teaser box title or subtitle, there are options that are available. So what I've done briefly is I went offline for a second. I went back in and I simply changed the location of the actual image location. So instead of it being on the top position, I put the image at the bottom, for example, and I've saved all three of these. And you can see now that if I update my changes, proceed to the front end, how easy it is to actually change the position of these things around. I could actually have the icon on the right, I could change the font size of any of these elements, place the text under the image, etc. So that does provide you with a lot of flexibility. So these are two different ways that you can actually use either the teaser box option within the modules, or as we've shown you earlier, you can simply just create them on your own by using the headline module, image module, and text modules respectively. I hope this helps. My name is Jeffrey Smith from SEO Design Solutions. Thank you for listening.